Hello fellow commanders and welcome back to another Strategic Command World War II World at War with me, Bubblebox. Let's end the turn and get cracking as per normal with the AI's turn. Willenberg over Japan, blah blah blah, usual stuff. Turkey signs a treaty of... Now I want to start doing some diplomacy with the Turkish to try to get them in on our side basically. Oh, did you just see that one of the fortress thingies or defences finished over there in okay, that's good. Limited supply, yeah, in Russia. Limited supply in Abyssinia. Remember we operated our bombers down there last time for the Brits, so should be able to push into there fairly well. The usual Crete, lack of supply in Crete, which is pretty normal. Okay, some rough seas going on there. UK developments, UK is developing so much technology, and the Americans have developed ground attack weapons and intelligence level 2. Oh, advanced tanks 2 for the Russians, nice, and infantry warfare, the passive one for the Russians also, so that's all good. I want to try not to reinforce too much for the British this turn if I can help it, because I want to get some research going for them, because I've got so many things I can do for the Brits now. Ooh, got to be a bit careful there with the Germans. Look like they're trying to cut one of our armies off in Russia. And, oh, I think it's Pearl Harbor, guys. I think Pearl Harbor is happening. The US government condemns the Axis on Dutch East Indies. Is this a turn? Declares war on the Philippines. It's all going to happen. Yeah, USA mobilizing for war. USA joins the Allies. So, yeah, this is the turn. The Americans join the war. So, yeah, we're going to get the powerhouse of the US on our side. Now, it's not going to take effect immediately. We are going to have to build up that American force, but it's going to be so powerful later on in the game. Japan declares war on Thailand. And Germany declares war on the United States also, of course. Japan declares war on the Solomons. Okay. There's that German sub just hiding itself away from our Canadian destroyer there in the Atlantic. And they've reinforced. Oh no, did they swap? I think they just swapped and reinforced, put an army next to Sevastopol, which I'm trying to hold for as long as possible. They're really well dug in as well, and in a fortress. So the Japanese on the march in the Pacific, throwing in their bombers first of all. They're going to be down trying to take out Manila. They get a big advantage, of course, in this first turn, so they're going to destroy quite a lot of units during the first turn. We can't see everything that's going on, unfortunately. Oh, it looks like we just lost that unit out of Manila. The army gets attacked in Corregidor by a battleship as well. Okay, we're not going to keep Manila, by the way. It's going to go down. And here's Pearl Harbor. We've got 3 battleships and a cruiser that are incredibly vulnerable to attack in this first turn. And the game kind of makes it so they're probably going to get destroyed, or at least 2 or 3 of them are going to get destroyed. We might get 2 battered ones out, 1 or 2, but most of them are going to get destroyed. And I'm actually surprised there's not more bombers going in. I think there is, we just can't see it currently, while the AI has got so much going on. It's trying to think about its moves. But yeah, we're not going to end up with a lot of ships around Honolulu and Hawaii after this turn ends for the AI, for sure. So you can hear a lot of bombing going on, but we're not getting the pictures at the moment. I'm sure it'll clear in a second. Back to the Japanese attack on the mainland China. But it's kind of a good thing now, because the Japanese are going to be fighting on a couple of different fronts now themselves, and it's going to give us a chance to get China resupplied and rearmed a little bit. We're going to get I thought we'd got the Chinese actually communists in the last turn, but they haven't appeared, so I'm not sure quite what happened there. Maybe they're going to declare this turn. We'll get those units as well and try and help out by pushing back into the Chinese over the next kind of 6 months or so. Back to the Russian front though. Looks like the skies have opened, so the bombers are back, but we've got one fighter down there doing its best for the Russians. to fend off those pesky bombers and dive bombers, and same occurs there. Oh, actually, just our fighters already down to 5 there in China, in Russia. China, I just noticed. Oh my god, that is a big tank there, just appeared, and we need to get that army out of there. I hope they can't swap. No, they didn't swap to try and take another swipe at it. This panzer though here is really struggling to get rid of this little militia group in Russia. Does get rid of it in the end, but again getting slowed down. Just keeping their panzers, just keeping them crawling towards their objectives. It's December the 19th now, 1941 on the Eastern Front, and winter is going to set in, and those Germans are going to have trouble in January when the snow starts in earnest. Meanwhile, the Japanese keep hassling us as we're just trying to reform our lines in China. Oh, we've got an AT gun right up near our bomber there. Oh my god, this isn't good. We're going to take a pounding here on our aircraft. This isn't good, although I say it's not good. We might be able to cut those off. We'll have to have a look at that in a second. That might be a possibility. We'll check that out when the AI has finished its turn. But the Brits getting attacked again. We should be able to get at least one more of those units out of there. And we'll just swap them over to southern Italy when we do the attack there, hopefully. So the AA piece getting attacked, core, yeah, that goes down. Not too worried about that. It was just a cheapish AA piece. It hasn't really been very effective because it's been raining all the time in the north of Russia. So the Germans haven't been able to use their bombers so much. We've got a unit here down to 5, takes another hit, but doesn't take any more damage, so that's good. So the Finnish attack our tank and take a little bit of damage, attack again, take a little bit of damage back. Remember last turn I did put quite a lot of units up in Leningrad, so we can just try and kind of get these Finns out of the game. If we can get to Helsinki and take the capital, they may surrender. I don't know if that happens. I haven't done that before, but hopefully that's the plan. As the Italians attack British units that are left in Greece at the moment. No sign of the subs yet. Down there in the Med. Rostov under attack. These Rostov units are well dug in, so they should be able to take a bit of punishment. And I'm really hoping to hold this line at the river here and at the sea at Sevastopol as well. I'm really hoping to hold that if I can, or at least for a fair amount of time. That's a nice army moved up there for the Japanese attacking into our core. These Chinese ones there at the south are retreating at the moment. A surprise enemy contact there, a bit of an ambush going on is from Smolensk, so they're quite well dug in as well, I think, in Smolensk, and the cores don't take down dug-in value, I don't think. I might be wrong, but I don't think they do, so that attack will have done nothing to our units. As the Japanese continue. Another panzer, the Germans have put a lot of units down here into Greece to try to push these British units out. And another panzer, the Italian one this time. There's the landing on Manila, so Manila goes down, which means that this country, the Philippines, will probably surrender next turn, unfortunately. I'm surprised our bomber hasn't gone down yet. I wonder if we can operate that out and save it. We'll have to see. Got to have a lot to do in this turn with all the Americans in on the action. Okay, I can just hear stuff moving around. The AI's got a lot of redistributing of units to do in this turn. Just have a slurp of drink. Okay, so the AI is just moving all its units around now at the moment. I'm just reading what it says on the bottom left. So there you can see a lot of units, actually a whole bunch of units landed there. Wow, that's quite a lot. And the Dutch East Indies as well are going to be under pressure. The capital is over here in Batavia on the left here, and they have got a nicely dug in core there, so they might hold for a couple of turns. It'd be nice to keep the Dutch East Indies in the battle as long as we possibly can, because they've got some nice ships as well that we can utilise later on in the war if we can get them reinforced a little bit. I think they come under British control. I'm not sure. Once that country, can't quite remember. Once the Dutch East Indies go out of the war, I think the Brits get their ships. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to check that out when that happens. But yeah, all the commanders just moving around now. Lots of movement going on. Okay. Finns moving around. I don't know what that commander in the East Africa's doing. It's just moving all over the place. A little light tank there. Just a fleet moving around for the Japanese now. Okay. The British people welcome the US entrance into the war. US morale suffers from the loss of Wake and loss of the Philippines. Italy fears the US. Germany fears the US. The Soviet Union likes them. Japan celebrates the capture of Wake. Japan celebrates the capture of the Philippines. Japan, Guadalcanal, blah blah blah. Philippines surrenders. Japan plunders a few points there. Solomon surrenders. Japan plunders a few points there. Thailand surrenders. Japan plunders again. So Japan's going to get quite a few points from plundering in this turn. So Japan will get a bit stronger now, but once the USA hopefully starts to push them back, or we use the USA to do that, we can just get them weaker and weaker as the game goes on. 10th Army forms in Jerusalem, so we get another army there. That's nice. General MacArthur arrives in Australia. So General MacArthur, I think he was in the Philippines, and he's now kind of, well, he kind of died in the Philippines, so now he's gone over to Australia to organise the units for counterattacks. Japanese bomber arrives at Buin. Brunei joins the Allies. Burma prepares for war. Burma joins the Allies. So we've got Brunei and Burma on board. And at last the Communist Chinese have joined in. Sarawak prepares for war. And Sarawak joins the Allies. Nice, nice. Okay. Japanese forces invade the island of Borneo. Brunei surrenders. Wow, that was quick. And Brunei surrenders, yeah. That goes down so easily. There's just no units on these capitals. Hong Kong joins the Allies, and we get a little militia group in Hong Kong, which we've got to remember just to give some reinforcements to. Dominican Republic joins the Allies. The problem right now I've got is that it's the Brits that control a lot of these units in these minor countries in the East, and it's just a matter of not having enough points for the Brits to do everything you want to do with them. Limited supplies from Abyssinia again. Axis military activity hinders Allied supply on Crete. And Allied disrupt, well that's us, we're disrupting the German convoys again. Allied governments are to complete victory over the Axis. Yes, we will try to get a complete victory over the Axis, of course we will. So yeah, as I was saying, the problem for the Brits is we just don't have enough points to do everything we want to and keep them all resupplied and everything. Yeah, so there's lots going on in that battle. I won't keep it all up. We did get some MPs off of the Germans by intercepting their supply line, and then we'll just get our intelligence done, so we might spot a nice few units here, especially the ones for the Japanese. It'd be nice to know where they are. Commander over near Warsaw still, okay. One in Copenhagen there, little militia group, and there's the landing forces there. Was that Wake or somewhere? I'm not sure. Right, we've got a decision for the Brits. The upcoming conference in Rio de Janeiro with several Latin American countries could give us a platform to openly encourage some of them to join our war effort. Okay. Most Latin American countries are divided. Some contain pro-Axis, but some Argentinian finance and industrialists appear to favour us. With a little support, they could gain sufficient strength to win in the upcoming elections. Providing funds to support the election campaign in Argentina will cost 120 at us 30 per turn for 4 turns for the Brits. There is a danger that doing nothing could lead to pro-Axis. We don't want that, do we? Let's just check the notes. No additional notes. We're going to say yes. We're going to spend that money to try to get Argentina over to, or at least to get them towards the British side. We've got some Brits landing there in Sydney. I'll just place them first of all so I don't forget. We'll probably use those later on in the game. The USA's got some more subs. We'll just place that now before we forget. We're going to do the USA in a second. Actually, I'd like to... Is that sub? Oh, it's already a level 1, so it can get upgraded. So I want to put that somewhere where I can upgrade it if I can. So I'm going to move this aircraft carrier off there for a second. And we'll place the sub on there. The Americans. So we can get that upgraded soon. We've got some Indian units to come in. We'll place them in a minute when we do the Indians. Right, let's start off in Abyssinia because we need to get these units freed up if we can. We've got a lot of bombers down here now. The weather's looking good, so let's just start bombing the heck out of Addis Ababa. Got to get that morale down. Still not down too much, 33%. Yeah, still can't really do it too much damage. We're going to have to wait for another bombing run. I'm going to move these units across here. We're going to try and kill this commander off, I think. Move these units there. Can I upgrade? Can I reinforce at all? Nope. Let's move this commander closer. Let's move up to try and take Bonga at some point. And that's the commander. There's not a lot else we can really do down here. It's just a matter of time before we get this surrounded and then eventually take it, but I'm not going to be losing points on units to do it. More importantly for me really is the med. We've got to get these Brits out of here, so let's get these into a transport straight away. We'll decide where to put those in a second. Now then, we've got these guys down here which we're going to ship. I don't know. We need to get them close, but there's subs around. That's the problem. We'll move these guys back into the town here. Hopefully we'll be able to get them out next time. They might die, but at least we've got these ones out. In fact, these ones we can ship somewhere. I want to get these guys moving. Let's just scout down here with our sub. First of all, make sure there's nothing too deadly. We'll move this one across. Oh, don't believe I've just bumped into a submarine. Oh, that's just unbelievably bad. Okay, that's really bad. Alright, let's get the... we've got to try and save this guy now. Let's try and do a bit of damage. Right, where's our... Let's do this one next. Got to get him to dive, get him out of... Oh, it did dive. Okay, we can surround this so we don't lose this guy. We can surround him with units now. Let's just move to there. Have a quick check. There it is. Okay, we'll just move that. Oh, I can't move it back. Oh no. Oh no. Making lots of mistakes. Making lots of mistakes this turn. We've got a nice destroyer here, which we're going to use just to protect that, I think. And then we're going to have to try and surround it with our... Oh, that's so low. Let's get these light cruisers just to try to protect this ship and bring the cruiser down. This guy we're going to unload here, I think. I'm not going to take too many chances, to be honest. I'm going to swap this guy with this guy. Get that. Oh no, I can put that there. Nearly misclicked again. We'll put that into there. That will then be able to get here and actually do a landing next turn. So we might do that. Put that into there and we can swoop that up as well. But I'd like to get a unit over here before we land onto there to block that off a little bit so we can get rid of all the enemy units in Sicily and get a good foothold in there. So it's going a bit slower than I would have liked. I want to upgrade this guy because we've got to get rid of those submarines at some point. I'm not too worried about the cruisers though. That's about all I can do in the med for this turn. A bit of a slow turn in the med, I think. Oh, can I upgrade? Oh no, I can't. Okay. Now, what about, we've got anything else going on? Do we need to, yeah, we need to upgrade these. Well, we need to give this one some reinforcements up here. And this chap as well needs to get upgraded. This destroyer. Get him all upgraded. So he's good to go. We'll leave that destroyer where it is, I think. Over here, we'll just keep interdicting the Germans over here. I'm happy to leave all of those. Do you know what? I think we'll come down here and we'll start to blockade Bremen with that and with our other... Oh, there's some rocket artillery there. Oh, can they actually shoot at our... I bet they can. I'm going to put this down. I bet they can shoot at my ships from the shore there with their rocket artillery. Yeah. Can't do it area. Oh, do I take a little shot? Well, I'll take a sneaky shot. No damage. Okay, I'm going to leave that there though, just to blockade Bremen for a couple of turns. Now, I think that what else for the Brits? I'm going to get them to do some research, and we're going to get, for the British, we're going to get some more industrial technology going because we need a lot more points for them. That leaves us with 163. Advanced fighters, spying technology, production technology, amphibious warfare, armoured warfare. What do we need? Ground attack. Ground attack would be useful. We've got quite a lot of medium bombers, so let's... Oh, insufficient funds. Well, we'll leave those points till next turn for the British then, I think. Let's do the Indians. We do the Indians? Yeah, we'll do the Indians next. So we did have a unit to put down for the Indians, because India's in the war, as far as I remember. I think it is. Oh, no, not that. We want to... That's what we want. We've got a corps for the Indians. We haven't got a lot else, but we can put it somewhere just to make sure. We've got a British unit there in Rangoon. Let's put it at the Pangasal Pass here. Shall we? Yeah, just to block that. And we will start building up the Indian army just to push up against the Japanese eventually. But they've also got plenty of points left for some extra research. So that's what we're going to do. Oh no, we can't actually. So can we? Probably haven't got enough to purchase anything decent either. So we're going to leave India with those points. Now then, China's looking low on points and looking low on reinforcement. Looking like it needs a lot of reinforcements as well. We'll continue to pull these units back out of harm's way. So they're going to stay at the back. We're going to use these communist units. And we'll hold here, but we'll pull back across the river here. I do want to reinforce my fighter for sure, and I want to just protect the south here by pulling back a bit further. I can go up to there, so I'm just going to get this guy to get out of dodge. How far back? You can go back 2, you can go back 2, you can go back... Oh yeah, we can get these guys right back. We'll put you there, bring you back into the industrial centre, pull you back to there, pull you back to there, and pull you back to there. And that's going to be our new line of defence. I could even pull these guys back. Couldn't I? This guy's in a bit of a salient here. What we'll do, we'll try to block them just here for a bit. I think we'll try and hold that line for a little bit, and then maybe we'll have to pull back a bit further. Right, so let's see, let's reinforce this gentleman here on the corner. Anyone else really desperate for reinforcements? No one mega desperate. These guys need to pull back. What I'd like to do is get these elite units with infantry weapon 2. And I can't afford it, so I want to get them infantry level 2. So I think we're just going to reinforce the front line here a little bit. There's 6. We'll get the 6th one. Oh no, that's it. That's all I can do. I hope they can hold out on this front line for the next turn. But that's pretty much all I can do for the Chinese at the moment. We've got a lot of weak units back here, as you can see. 5, 1, 5. Oh, this fighter's on 5. This is actually yeah, I need to get these guys into the battle. Let's put them down on the south here a little bit. Yeah, they're the American guys that went over to fight for the Flying Tigers that went over to fight for the Japanese early in the war, before Pearl Harbor. And I think it was before Pearl Harbor anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we're going to do the Americans next, and then I love to do the Russians last. I'm just really enjoying the Eastern Front bit of it. The Eastern Front is so important in this game. I mean, it just makes or breaks every playthrough you do, as it should. So let's reinforce these submarines. First of all, I want these all reinforced. No. Let's operate units first if we can. Can we get these guys out of here? Can we operate? No, we can't. So this bomber's gonna die whatever, isn't it? Whatever is gonna die. And I can't really kill anything either. We've even got AA and everything there. And I bet I can't operate him out either. No. So he's kind of stuck in there. I mean, what can I do? I could disband him, but that gives them a free hit. I'm going to disband this one if I can. I can't. I don't think you can disband if they're next to. They're just going to have to let them die. Can I operate this guy out? Because he's going to die really soon. I can. So we're going to get him out. And we're going to operate him over to Hawaii. So we've got an extra air unit over there. You can see all of our destroyers and that got destroyed. I will reinforce this plane to maximum. Now we've got an American submarine here over in Guam. I could send it forward to hassle the enemy, or I could try to catch some of their fleet coming back, which I think is what I'm going to do. So we're going to head up to Wake Island with our submarine and see if we can intercept any of the Japanese fleet moving around. Apart from that, there's not a lot to do really over here with the Americans. I'm going to upgrade those subs in a second, by the way. I don't want to forget about down here either. Oh, so many units to sort out, and just not enough points. Basically, the Brits have still got 163. I'm going to give these guys an upgrade of infantry. I'm not going to give them anti-air and mobility, but I'm going to give them infantry level, weapons level 2, and hope that I'm going to be able to sort them out with some reinforcements next turn. I'm going to save the ships. These ships aren't going to do a lot. They're not upgraded or anything, so I'm going to kind of save them. We're going to send them up towards India. Hope they don't bump into anything. Same with these. We need to reinforce these before they can be used for anything decent. And this chap as well. We can come this way around, I think. Won't go the other way around. We'll bump into something. And that's kind of that. I think not a lot else around. Have we got any other units? Right, we've got is that an American? Yeah, American heavy cruiser that's quite damaged down here, and I want these back with the fleet. I don't want to be using these yet. If that island falls initially, I don't mind. We're going to just get the Americans really well organised before we move out with them. We've got a guy here in Papit, which I think I'm happy to reinforce fully. I think that comes out of the British points. No, that must have come out of the Americans. Is that an American? Polynesia must be under control of the American army then. Okay. And now I did have one on. Yeah, I don't want to forget about Hong Kong. Just reinforce this guy. See if he can hold out a turn or two. He's probably going to go down at some point. And then we're going to check out the American fleet, because we're going to reinforce our subs. First of all, the first thing we're going to send into battle is the American submarines. So we're going to get these upgraded as much as we can. We're going to try and get some aircraft onto Hawaii, Honolulu, etc. as well at some point to reinforce those places. And then we'll start Oh, can I? Is it worth getting this plane over? How much room have I got over here? Oh, hold on, I've got an American sub on Midway. Ooh. What I'm going to do, I'm going to form it up with this submarine, so there's two together. Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing to do, rather than just blast into here where they've got loads of aircraft and stuff. I'm just wondering whether to bring another aircraft over here. I might do that. I'm going to do that, I think. Shall I? No, let's not. We've got two. I think that's enough for now, actually. We'll keep this one in reserve. Have I upgraded all the subs I want to? Yep, I think I have. Yep. Now then, the Americans have got some other ships, I think, that appear on this side. And the destroyers I'm going to keep on this side, I think. Yeah. To help out in the Atlantic, we're going to put them into a port, but the battleships we're going to send over towards here to get them into the Pacific, so they can help destroy the Japanese Navy. So all these big battleships and everything, the British Navy can deal with the Germans. We'll send all the American ships across to the other side, especially these big battleships, to help hunt down and destroy the Japanese Navy, hopefully. But the destroyer will leave there. We'll take this guy across as well. Not needed. The British can deal with the Germans, no problem, I think. And we'll take the light cruiser as well. Why the hell not? Get them onto the Pacific fleet. We've got a lot of American units here as well, which we're going to kind of hold back. They're going to be helping out in Europe later on. Now then, the Americans have probably got quite a few points left. 318. Any research for the Americans to do? Got to keep their research trudging along. Yes, indeed. And I think we're going to go for a bit more spying. And no, it's on the last one. I think we'll leave that. Anything that's going to help us with island hopping and stuff. We could go another tick on amphibious warfare. It might be useful. We need to get that naval warfare finished as soon as possible, but I don't want to put another tick into that if I can help it. We probably should go infantry warfare 1. We're just going to be island hopping. We're not going to go big invasions just yet, so I'm going to put another tick into amphibious warfare, I think. And we can actually put one into infantry warfare as well for the Americans, I think. Yep. So that's good. I think that's pretty much it for the Americans. Now, the one I enjoy the most is the Russian front. Yeah, let's get over there and see what's happening, because this is where all the action is. So the Finns declared war. Now, let's deal with this bit first. We're going to have to keep going defensive here. The Americans have put a lot of units over here. Not so many central, and quite a few in the south, but not so many central actually. But they're really going up here towards Leningrad. So let's just have a quick hunt for their ships first. I don't know where their surface fleet's gone. It seems to have hidden itself, which is fine. So we'll sort the defence out first, then we'll sort out what we're going to do with Finland. So I'm going to leave this guy here in this, because he's holding all these units up at the moment. All those units being held up. And we'll leave him there. We want to get this guy out though. And I want to get these guys out as well, because we want to keep them for later on. So we can actually pull this right back, which I think I'm going to do. Just think about where I'm going to put stuff. So this guy needs to come out as well. He's actually a 10 and a 2, so we'll pull this one. If I pull that one back to there, and we'll put him in Pskov, whatever that is, and then this guy needs to get out. Oh, he can't move very far. I'm going to have to operate him on. Can I get these out? To a certain extent, yeah. We'll bring the tank back to there. Do you know what? This is dispensable. I'm just going to reinforce it and use it as a bit of a meat shield. And we're going to pull this other tank back to there. Okay, happy with that. But I want to get this guy out so that he can live to fight another day. It'd be nice to put him maybe on Viziama or whatever that is. So we're going to operate this guy. Oh, we can't put him on there. Okay. Where should we put him? Where would he be useful? Well, let's think about that in a minute. We're going to use him, but now then here, I'm happy to leave these two because we can upgrade this chap to a level 2 infantry unit to hold there. They haven't really broken through here at all. This commander's kind of in a bit of a precarious situation, so I'm going to pull him back, and I'd like to fill this gap. I'd also like to upgrade, so we're going to continue to upgrade here. I think I'll upgrade there. Have I got any units to come? No more units for the Russians this turn. Now, can I operate this guy down to here? I can. So I think that's where he's going to go. Yeah, just there. Protect the leader. That's a nice little defensive pocket there. We'll reinforce here to maximum. Okay, I think that's fine. I think that's the best I'm going to get. Yeah. So let's have a look at Finland then. So we've got a bomber we can use. Oh, we've got these guys to sort as well, haven't we? Yeah. Do we leave these? They might get cut off. This is the problem. I could bomb. I'm going to bomb these infantry. Oh, got interceptors this time. Okay. They weren't there last time, but we've got an escort, so all is good, all is good. I'm going to I'll keep these infantry here. They're not looking too strong, because especially with winter coming. Yeah, let's just upgrade. I think, our paratroops, and we'll try to hold this position a little bit longer. Planes are fine where they are. Yeah. Now then, what can we do against these? We'll move our army forward. Level 2. We'll have a little hit there. Try and do some morale damage. Oh, I should have hit him with the bomber first. Oh, I can't. Doesn't look like it's raining. Why can't I attack with my bomber? Not sure. Oh, I'd already attacked with it. What an idiot. Yeah. Okay, let's attack with the tank. Do lots of morale damage with the tank as well. I could swap this and do another little attack, or I could move this guy over to there, which I think that's probably the best move. Do another little attack. Might get lucky, might not. Okay. And I'm going to reinforce here. So at least we're able to go on the offensive a little bit against somebody. Apart from that, I think that's kind of it up there. Done the centre, and now it's the south. These guys are just going to sit there for now. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen. I'm not going to attack them forward. I'm just going to upgrade and leave them where they are. For now, we could always push forward and try and surround the enemy at some point, but not right now. Now here we've got some problems at the moment. These guys are holding, but we could move my tank forward. Actually, I could use this guy as well. We can kind of surround these, I think. Almost surround them. Not quite. Oh, it's winter, so we can't move very far. I'm going to move this mobile infantry down. Yeah. Shall I move? No, I'll leave the cavalry there because they're blocking that road, aren't they? I've got to move my aircraft because there's too vulnerable there, so I'm going to move the fighter back to there. I'm going to move the bomber right back. And I'm going to have to move my commander as well because we're getting a bit flanked here. I'm not going to take that shot. Now I could move my elites up. I might move my elites up. Yeah, we can do a little bit of damage there, so we'll move those forward. Now I could move my elite tank down or forward, but I'm going to leave it there. Let them come to us. Again, yeah. I'm happy to leave that as it is. Down in Sevastopol, we could attack. No, let's reinforce there. Keep them in there, and that's all good. I'm going to move these guys out of there. No need for them to be in harm's way. I think that's about it for the Russians, apart from some points to spend. So let's get some more research going for the Russians, or we could buy more units. What should we do? We've got industrial technology on max. We've got infantry. Oh, actually, we don't need that, do we? Let's get rid of that, get some points back. Advanced tanks. Yeah, let's get another chit on advanced tanks for the Russians. So advanced tanks going, advanced fighters, they're the two I really want. We could get one going on in spying and intelligence, maybe. Or we could purchase some more units. Have we got any cheapo units to purchase for the Russians? Let's have a look. We've got some cheap garrisons. Do I need more garrisons now? I think I've kind of stemmed the initial pounding that I was getting. It might be worth investing more in corps and armies now. Cores, I can get some cheapish cores which will come into... Yeah, let's get these cheapish cores. There are only 103 each, so I can get... How many can I get? I can get 2. So let's purchase a couple of these. They're not going to take too long to come into the battle, so we'll get a couple of extra of those. We can stick them down for defence and use our armies and our tanks for attacks. And I can get another one on one... Yeah, we'll get that one as well. We'll get it ordered in, ready for use. Nice. Okay, I'm liking it. Okay, I think we're going to end this one here. It's been going on quite a long time. That's all the movements and everything done. Quite a long episode. I'd like to thank you once again all for watching and joining me in this campaign. If you did enjoy this episode, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.